here and welcome to today's yoga workout. So this is part of our 7-day beginner yoga workout series. So we're going to start in a seated cross-legged position, hands on your knees, and we're going to close your eyes and we're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, just breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe out, open your eyes, lift your arms up so they're out to the side, fingertips reaching either side, so as far as you can. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall and reaching, and then a couple of shoulder circles forwards and then backwards. And then let them drop. Give your shoulders a little circle, a little wiggle side to side, and then you're going to lift your right hand up, breathing in, breathing out, take it to the side. Try and look up into the eye of your elbow if that feels okay in your neck. If not, you can look forwards or look down. Try and make sure you're keeping your butt cheek on the floor. So you've got your right hand up, make sure that right butt cheek stays down. You're not all lifting and leaning right over. Coming up, same thing on the other side. So breathing in, breathing out. And a variation rather than leaning over can be to take the arm down and across. That might feel more comfortable. And then coming back. And then right hand in front, left hand behind. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Breathing in, imagine someone's pulling you up from the crown of your head. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, just open up that back shoulder and just let your eye gaze follow to where is comfortable. So you get a very gentle spinal twist. And then look to the front, coming around, other hand in front of one behind, sit up nice and tall, breathing in and breathing out. As you gently rotate, open up that shoulder and then look to the front, coming round. Okay, so in your own time, we're going to come on to all fours into our tabletop position. So onto all fours, abs pulled in. So throughout this workout, I really want you to focus on drawing this belly button in and abs being zipped up, pulled in. So same position when we're in our tabletop. And from here, we're going to work the abs a little bit. We're going to take your left leg back, right arm forwards. You may wish to stay here. If you want some more, you can lift either your leg or your arm up, or you can do both at the same time. So we're in our songbird pose here. Abs are engaged. You might feel they're beginning to shake, wobble, and that's okay. That's part of the fun. And then place your hand and foot back onto the mat. Give yourself a little shake out. And we're going to do the same thing. For this one, it is better if you can do it on your hands. If at any point we're doing stuff on your wrists and that gets too much, you can take things down onto your forearms. So always remember that as an option. So take the other leg back, other arm forwards, and then lifting both. And really reach with your hand one way, reach with your foot the other way. Reach, reach, reach. Engage those abs, feel that shaking. And then hand and foot back down. One quick tip that's really important is that you make sure you keep breathing, don't hold your breath in that type of movement. And you'll find that with yoga, as things get challenging, take one foot back like the next one. Try and make sure you focus on your breath and you don't hold your breath. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then knees onto the floor, make sure you weight slightly forwards, taking it all the way down to the mat. Relax your feet onto the floor, shoulders back, and we're going to breathe in, lengthen first, and then into a very gentle arch backwards, into a cobra, and then knees onto the floor, pushing up with your hands, taking your hips back, up to the ceiling, and then in your own time, trying to see if you can straighten those legs, see if those ankles will go down to the floor, pedaling one foot, and then the other, and again, and again. And then taking it back over to plank, making like a little body roll, and we're going to hold it here again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then letting the outside of your feet come on onto the floor, taking that hand up, and then hand back to the floor, going to the other side, so we're into a side plank. Don't worry, that feels a bit challenging. And then knees onto the floor, leaning forwards, feet onto the floor, shoulders back and down, breathing in, lengthen first, and then arching up, opening up that chest, coming down, and then knees onto the floor, pushing your hips back. You might want to adjust your hands for the next position. Hips up, pushing through with those arms, ears framed by your arms, and then straighten those legs if you can. And then from here, you're going to lift your back foot up, bring it forwards, nose towards your knee, take it back up, bring it forwards and across this time, so opposite elbow to knee, taking it back up, and then this time bringing it forwards, stepping it forwards. If you step like this and you struggle, you can help yourself by grabbing your ankle and readjusting. Don't forget, yoga doesn't have to be right and wrong. As long as you're moving through these positions and it's feeling good on your body, that's the main thing. So into a runner's lunge position, and then option to stay here. Make sure that knee is staying behind your big toe, otherwise come all the way up into crescent pose. So knee is behind your big toe, abs are engaged, hips are kind of tucked under, leg is straight or as straight as you can get at the back, and then arms are up, palms are rotated facing you, or reaching up to the ceiling. And then option, you can lift up, you can lift back if you want, test your balance, otherwise stay here. And then what I want you to do is open those arms up and reach the side, and then hands coming back up, down to the mat, take that leg back, and then this time we're going to go into our three-legged downward dog. So other leg is up to the ceiling, we're going to bring it forwards, nose towards your knee, take it back up, nose to your opposite elbow, take it back up, and then stepping it all the way through. Option to stay down here. It's always worth kind of getting comfortable in this position first. You feel that stretching that hip flexor, and then you can help getting your balance by coming onto your fingertips here first before you come all the way up into crescent, she says, wobbling as she does. So that's fine, you know, with yoga you will wobble. And the main thing is that if you fall over, just fall over with a big smile on your face. And then hands opening, reaching, looking up, opening up that chest. Okay, hands back to the top, coming down to the mat, taking it back into our cobra, into our downward dog. We're then going to look forwards. We're going to step forwards 1 foot at a time. Feet come together-ish, hands below your kneecaps. We're going to flat back. So I'm thinking about my butt cheeks reaching one way, my chest reaching the other way, nice flat back. Somebody pulling me from the crown of my head. And then forward fold. Option to bend your knees a little bit, and that will help you fold over a bit more. And then breathing in, coming up, coming down, back into our mountain pose. So a couple of breaths here, just get your breath back, give your body a chance to adjust. And then hands back to your sides, palms facing forwards, we're going to breathe in, reaching up. Option to do a little reach and back bend, otherwise just stay reaching up. Abs are pulled in, we're going to dive down to the mat, nose towards your knees, towards your shins, flat back, forward fold, hands onto the mat, step 1 foot back, other foot back, hold here, plank just for a pause, lean forward. So option to put your knees onto the mat, otherwise keeping them off the floor as you come down to the floor, into cobra, and then pushing back up into downward dog, taking your back foot up, bringing it forwards, nose towards your knees, and then looking forwards, stepping forwards. This time you're going to put the back of your foot down, and it's going to be 45 degrees. Make sure your little toes are still in contact with the floor so they've not come up. Facing forwards, we're going to come up into warrior one. So to help you get into this position, what's really nice is to put your hand on your hip, so same one that is bent, and then other hand reaching forwards, and this will help you kind of square those hips. So that's what you're aiming for, but again, just feel the movements in these poses and just make sure they still feel comfortable. Don't overdo it or force anything. And then coming up into warrior one, and then coming down, taking the leg back down to the floor, coming up, downward dog, other leg comes up this time, bring it forward, nose towards your knees, get a little bit of a core workout in, foot steps forward, back foot comes down onto the floor, and then we come up into warrior one again, but with the other leg. So make sure this knee is behind your big toes, and just try and sink down low into this position. Same hand as bent leg on your hip, other hand reaching forwards. That will help you adjust those hips and square up. And then reaching up into warrior one, taking it down, back to plank, down to the floor, cobra, downward dog. So same thing, we're gonna do two. Let's put our knees down on the floor. Come up to kneeling just take a breath. We're going to do 2 rounds of that combination, and you're going to feel that's going to get you feeling a bit warmer, maybe a little bit out of breath. I need to put my teeth back in this morning. So 2 rounds, we're going to speed it up a little bit. So you're going to feel your heart rate coming up, feeling yourself getting a bit warmer. Try and keep up if you can, but again, stay safe, do what you can manage. So let's start in downward dog. Let's take your back leg up, forwards, step the leg forwards, foot comes down, we come up to warrior one, we come back down to the floor, leg goes back, chest to the floor, cobra, back to downward dog, other leg comes up, we step it through and forward, we come up to warrior one, big smile on your face, down to the floor, big breath in as you do a cobra, downward dog, other leg, step forwards, coming up, coming down, cobra, pushing up, downward dog, back leg up, stepping forwards, coming up, coming down, cobra. Are you still with me? Pushing up, downward dog. Let's do one more round because that's feeling good. So leg up, step it forwards, come up, take it down. Breathe in, downward dog, other leg up, step it forwards, come up, big smile on your face, taking it down, big cobra, downward dog, and hold it here. Okay, so this gets too much, put your knees on the floor, come into child's pose. Otherwise, just stay in downward dog for a couple more seconds with me. Okay, look forwards, step forwards, feet together, shins together, knees together, butt is back, weight is on your heels, should be able to wiggle those toes. We're going to come up into a chair pose, thumbs are back, eyes are kind of forward, slightly up, and standing up. And then to mountain pose. Okay, so did you feel that? So when you're doing a chair pose, eyes are kind of not just straight forwards but slightly up, but not so far up that you're doing this. Okay, so back to our mountain pose. Hope you're feeling a bit warmer, feeling good. Shoulders back and down, abs pulled in, hands out, reaching, big breath in, diving down, forward fold, flat back, forward fold, hands onto the floor, stepping back, leaning forward, take it down to the floor, big breath in. Remember to lengthen before you arch back, downward dog, a couple of breaths here, give yourself a chance to pedal your feet. So make sure you're pushing with those arms, your 2 front fingers are facing forwards, pushing through the shoulders, hips are high as you can. Okay, and then onto all fours. We're going to do cat and cow. So remember, when you do this, think about lengthening before you do anything. So we're going to lengthen and then arch, and then we're going to curl 1 vertebra at a time, lengthen and arch. Okay, so from here, lengthen first and then open up that chest, curling 1 vertebra at a time, and then again lengthen, big breath in, opening up that chest, and then curling 1 vertebra at a time. You're then going to bring your toes together, knees apart, sit back into child's pose. A couple of breaths here. Okay, and then we're going to come back to our cross-legged position. So make sure you are using your breath through this workout, and you should sort of always feel a bit like Darth Vader with that breathing in, so don't feel strange about that or worried that you're making a lot of noise. That's fine, it's part of it. And again, when you have a really difficult pose, the temptation is to hold your breath. Try and keep breathing. So from cross-legged positions, let's open them up, and we're going to go into our butterfly pose. So soles of your feet together, option to kind of grab your feet if you want, and then you're just going to let these knees relax outwards down to the mat. So you're going to feel this probably most likely in your hip flexors, and then you're going to breathe in and then coming down. So 2 options of what you want to do with your eye gaze. My preferred option is to kind of look out and think about length. Some people will sort of curl their head down and they'll curl their spine a bit and try and force. Just make sure you're not forcing anything. Okay, and then take the legs wide. Ooh, I can feel that this morning. And just take them to where it's comfortable. Some people might be able to go a lot wider, some people might be narrower, that's fine. Just get yourself where it feels comfortable and you can feel a mild, moderate stretch. Lift your right hand up, breathing in, breathing out, over to the side, looking up into the eye of your elbow, opening up those ribs, and then coming back, other side, other arm up, breathing in, breathing out, leaning, opening up, and then coming back. Okay, give that a shake out, so let one knee drop to the side, and then they both go to the other side, and again, and again. Okay, so I'm going to face the side, legs out in front. You might want to pull your sitting bones back a little bit, shoulders back, and we're just going to sit here for a couple of breaths, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and then walk the hands forwards, and then a little bit further, and then see if you can go even further. So some people might be able to reach a lot further, be a bit more flexible. Some people might be here. That's fine, just take it to where is comfortable. If you want some more stretching, you can grab the back of your legs. Sorry, not the back of your legs, back of your feet. But just, again, don't force anything. Especially now that you're quite warm, temptation is to overstretch and force some of these stretches. So, one leg over. So I'm taking my back leg over, and my chest is going to turn to face that leg. I'm going to grab around my leg, sitting up nice and so, and then, like what we did at the beginning, letting that shoulder open up, turning around, and then facing the front, coming forwards. Legs out in front, so now I'm using my front leg. That's going to come over the other leg, and I'm going to turn towards that leg that's bent. So I'm going to be facing you now. Hand's going to come round, other hand behind. I'm going to start off by thinking, growing nice and tall first, breathing in, and as I breathe out, I'm going to let that shoulder open up and I go into a gentle spinal twist. And then looking to the front, coming down. Okay, so the last and final pose, probably the most important one, we're going to go into Sebastiano or corpse pose. You can stay in this position as long as you like. So let's get down into position. So first of all, give your knees a big hug and squeeze. You can give yourself a little nice massage by circling your legs around. That'll feel like a nice gentle massage in your lower back. Curl your nose towards your knees and then open up. So legs out, finding a comfy position, palms up to ceiling. Close your eyes and breathing in, breathing out, and just letting your body relax and melt into the floor. And perhaps for this one, you might want to think about your favourite place. So whether that's imagining that you're somewhere on a nice hot sunny beach, or imagining that you're outside in the fresh air, in beautiful scenery, or out at the sea, wherever your favourite place is, close your eyes and just picture that place. So I'm going to leave you here in a spinal resting place. You can stay here as long as you want. Thank you for doing this workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you got on and look out for more workouts coming your way very soon. Take care. Bye.